So the project that I'm pursuing is looking at the future of the combined disposal facility, also known as the Dredged Material Disposal Facility, which here in Milwaukee is an interesting story because they're actually enlarging it significantly to deal with all of the dredging of the estuary to finally and historically delist the Milwaukee estuary as an area of concern.
My first thought, 14 years of working on the harbor, and here's a 43-acre plot of open land that we've never looked at. Another 42 acres that is just now starting to be constructed. These dredge spoils facilities are built on lake bed. They are land granted to the city by the state and governed by the public trust doctrine, which guarantees that they will always be managed for public benefit.
We are creating new land down here in the heart of the city, in the lake. When it's done, which will take years, it will become lakefront land. So the question is, what should that be as part of the city?
A port facility, a wildlife refuge, a public park, or a mix of the above?
There are lots of different people that have an interest in it, lots of different ideas about what it should be. What we are promoting here is that whatever it should be ecologically beneficial to bringing wildlife back
for the city of Milwaukee. So, what does that look like? Perhaps looks like an interim plan in 5 years where the DMDF remains fully functional. The floating PV is on half of the DMMF, providing equal power to the airport site. The green-blue wastewater treatment plant discharging through the public plaza that gathers together the treatment plant, the cruise ship, and the ferry terminals as a green gateway for the city and the lake. And the PV electrifies the complex and dredge operation. A 25-year scenario where the DMDF is closed as a future bird sanctuary. The capped DMDF is now home to a wetland irrigated with discharge from the wastewater treatment plant. Floating PV in the wetlands adds to the capacity. And finally, a 50-year scenario. The DMMF port has expanded to become port facilities, but a sculptural dredge ziggurat is incorporated in that expansion, mirroring the salt piles and allowing for the indefinite contributions of non-reusable dredge. The wastewater treatment plant treats stormwater runoff from the home bridge and port once the DMMF is closed. Everything comes down to perspective. I'm still not the expert on these issues on this site, but the more I learn, the more opportunities I see to enlarge the problem and link solutions together. CDFs around the basin represent nearly 3,600 acres of created waterfront land, primarily adjacent to the large population centers and rich estuary ecosystems.
So this conversation of what happens next is happening all around the Great Lakes. The goal is to make sure that people who live in cities have a rich connection to natural processes and ecology, which happens everywhere. It doesn't matter if it's in a city or outside of a city.
How can these facilities continue to serve as a useful link in the construction of a more sustainable city? And how many more wonderful, beneficial things can they do at the same time?